I didn't even realize, but it was actually so different from how I trained. And so from that point going forward, I turned around in the rack so that I would be facing the gym at least, so that I wasn't looking at the mirror, so that it was closer approximation to competition. And so as many of those variables as you can control for, you want to have in the prep, so that the prep as closely as possible approximates the performance. And so there's cramming for like you having information that'll better arm you for consulting, sales, customer success, whatever. Which, by the way, if you're in customer success, like spending 5 minutes before you get on the call with a customer, like reviewing the call notes, reviewing the notes from the sales team, looking at the person's profile before you get on, dear God, will they think it's absolutely amazing, and it takes this much work. Like you'll like they will think you're 3 times cooler with 5 minutes of work for a 60-minute call. Like I almost think that you saying, hey, give me 5 minutes at the beginning of the call and starting 5 minutes late will still, even though I hate starting late, would still yield you a better outcome at the end of the 60 minutes than starting on time and not being prepared. It comes down to the return on effort and return on time. And so if you're going to talk to 1,000 people and these are, let's say, your ideal customers, well, if I was going to have 1,000 one-on-one meetings, how much would I prepare for each of those one-on-one meetings? That was 60 minutes. I might prepare 10 minutes, right? Well, if I have 10 minutes times 1,000, that's like, I don't know, 167 hours, right? Something like that. And so if 167 hours of prep for that one thing, now realistically, that might not make sense because you do have diminishing returns. And so that's why speaking one-to-many is higher return. But just to give yourself a context, is like when we did the book launch, I was like, dear God, how much do I prep for a 1,000-person audience? And I'm going to have 500,000 people there. I'm going to have 500,000. I'm going to have 500 times. Well, I better not waste anyone's time while I'm there and make sure that every second, the value per second is super high. And so I think, again, we have to reset our expectations of how much work it takes to prepare for the one-time performances based on what you expect to get from it. So if you're going to do a one-time performance to 10 people, then maybe you prepare for 4 hours, right? But if you're going to talk to 1,000 people, then maybe you prepare for 40 hours. And if you're going to talk to 10,000 people, then maybe you do prepare for 400 hours, or it does have a diminishing term, so maybe it's 200 hours, right? But I think what most people miss out on is they get up and they say their talk once, and they do it once to their wife and once to their dog, and they're like, you know, I'm super nervous. And so I'll leave you with this. You are not nervous. You're underprepared. It's not that you have anxiety. It's that you didn't do the work that you know you should have done. And so if I have anxiety about something that's coming up, that has become my telltale sign that I am underprepared, that I didn't do the work that I know I should have done. And that's when you get nervous. When you can get up on stage and you can do, or whatever your version of the performance is, and have absolutely zero anxiety, it's because you've absolutely habituated to the stressor.